Okay, we start with this one. Isabella Idibia comes for those making our parents look bad. Isabella Idibia, the first daughter of singer Innocent Idibia, popularly known as Tu Baba, and his wife Annie Idibia, has expressed our displeasure over the way our parents have been publicly portrayed. The teenager did a live video where she answered questions from followers, and a number of the questions were centered on our famous parents. One fan asked how she felt about the way our parents were portrayed on the reality show Young, Famous and African. Just so you know, on the reality show, Annie, a Nigerian actress, was portrayed as a nagging wife who continues to endure a cheating husband. Tu Baba's alleged infidelity still on the show. Tu Baba boldly declared in the presence of Annie that men are wired to cheat. Reacting to the show, the 15-year-old made it clear that she did not like the way her parents were presented to the world, adding that the way her parents were portrayed in the reality show was so wrong. Isabella said, "I think the way my parents were portrayed on Young, Famous and African is just so wrong. Whenever I tried to back my parents up that this is not what happened, everyone would be like, how would you know? You are still a child. How would you know? You are not in my family. Your knowledge is based on stuff that you see on social media. I know it's because I've been in the household with my parents. I can't change everyone's perspective on social media because people on social media would always think what people on social media want to think. But honestly, they would never know the actual true story of anything in my family or anything that has happened before I was even born." Let's take a look at a part of what Isabella had to say.
I don't think I've ever actually spoken about this in like the lights, but I think the way my parents are portrayed anywhere is just so wrong. And like whenever I try to back my parents up and be like, nah, that's not what happened, everyone's just like, how will you know? How will you know? It's a little child. How would you know? You're not in my family. Your knowledge is based off stuff that you see on freaking Safari and freaking Instagram and freaking like social media. I know it because I've been in the household as my parents. Like I feel like people on obviously people on social media, I can't change everyone's perspective on social media because people on social media will always think what people on social media want to think, but obviously they will never know like the actual true story or like the actual true like background of anything that has ever happened in my family household or anything that has happened like before I was even born. Like they will never actually know. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? So I feel like what my parents were portrayed wasn't the best image, and it wasn't completely accurate. I can't say too much on that, but it wasn't completely accurate, and I'm just gonna leave it as.
Wow, that question and answer was a very long one. She also posted it on her YouTube channel, and there was this part where they first spoke about the Young, Famous and African, and she said, they said, how does she feel when she watches her parents on it? And she said she sees them as normal people on TV, and she watches it, and when her mom messes up, she said she'll go to her and say, honey, you didn't do well. I'm like, okay. So she answered a lot of other questions apart from that, but not deviating from the point. She's now stating that people should stop talking if they do not have first-hand information, because what happens in a family is not what is portrayed on social media or on the reality shows, and the way our parents are being portrayed is wrong. That's not how they are in their family.
I like that she had the session and she poured her heart out, which is okay. But my darling Isabella, people would always have an opinion.
Yep.
And this is life. So there is no how you want to. You can't even control what people think about you. You can only just do your own part. So you don't even have to worry about how people think about your family, how they perceive your family, or anything of that sort. Just do your own thing and keep it going. Because, you know, as you grow, you just understand that life is just what it is. People would always have something to talk about. That's it.
Exactly.
You don't have to worry yourself at all.
So the main reason why she even said it was because it was part of the questions that she was asked during the question and answer session. That's why she even said it, that I've actually never spoken about this, but I'm just going to say this once and for all. And she answered a lot of other things, and I'm like, see, Isabella. So she said she's actually looking to go into acting too, and that she's actually started acting behind the scenes, like as an extra and stuff. but she's now going to the US to establish herself as an actress. She started joining different platforms as a talent. And she's going to be putting out more content to put herself out there. So I wish her the very best.
Yeah, she's even been putting out content before now, because sometimes she'll just be doing her hair by herself and all that, which I really enjoy, you know, watching on TikTok, because it's still within the range of what people of our age should do.
Yes. And another thing that she revealed was that she's actually very good at volleyball.
Oh,
and she'd like to go pro.
Fantastic.
So I'm actually looking forward to that one, because we surely will root for her.
Well done, well done.